Oh man, the Austin Holloman defenders, man, they just love defending this guy. So I was on Tam's panel. Shouts out to Tam for having me up there. Um, we were talking about Austin Holloman, and I will probably do a live stream about his last video because there's some stuff in there that I do want to look at. And I'm like, just when I think he's turned the corner, he goes right back to being Austin Holloman. So, we was looking at the whole, like looking at the video and how basically he said that 80% of the women that was on this channel did not meet his standards. And there were dudes on there talking about, well, he didn't know when he was dating him, and or he would say, well, he wasn't trying to marry them, or he wasn't trying to date them seriously, or well, he was just doing it for money. He was trying to help those guys out, and I'm like, come on, man, are you serious right now? I'm like, are you serious right now? So I'm looking at it like this, man. If dude said that 80% of the women on his channel were not up to standards, his standards, then why the hell would you have them on your platform? Cause don't come and tell me that he dated them and then all of a sudden he found out they went up to standards. That's not what he said. Now, if he would have said that, I dated 80% of these women, and I found out that they wasn't up to par, then I would be like, okay, that's understandable. You're not gonna find your mate right off the bat. I mean, it's not happening. Some of us lucky enough to find the one that we want to be with, even for marriage or even just long term or casual. Most times, we're not going to find that person right off the bat. Okay. But when you go around saying that 80% of your women were not up to your standards, and you've had all these women on your channel, then that tells me that you couldn't get your standards like that. Because even if they wasn't your standards, why would you have them? Why would you promote them? Why would you give them a platform? And BA was saying it was for money. Okay, it was for money. Cool. But at the same time, what you're doing is misleading people. You're telling these dudes that these women are Austin approved. And it was saying, and that was said in the panel, that these guys are living vicariously through Austin. Well, then Austin was lying to these dudes. He said these women were Austin approved. That means if they're good for Austin, they're good for me. But now you're going back and saying that 80% of these women were not up to your standard. You just lied to these dudes and saying that these were women that were on your standard. These women were better than these American women. These are the ones you need to go to, but even you don't even like them. So, which means that you're trying to get back to the women that you really like, which is those Brazilian women. And the actual quote was saying, comparing them to these Brazilian women. So he just shitted on the African women, the Thailand women, the Philippine women, and other countries that he's been to. I can't remember. I don't watch him that like that. But you just dissed all those other women for no reason. Because if they weren't up to your standards, you shouldn't be even entertaining them. They shouldn't even breathe your air. But you did. It's no different than you take a chick that you think is a bitch, but you still dealing with it because you gotta bust that nut. That's foul for you. That's no different that this you said this chick was doing all this nasty stuff to you. And you didn't want to do it, but you did it anyway, and then you turn around and say how nasty and disgusting she is. But whoa. But you let her do that to you. It's all the same thing. So what it means is Austin's doing it for clout and money. And he letting these these fans dictate what he do because you need the cash apps. You need the super chats. Now there was a question made of like could Austin go back to Brazil? The answer is yes. If he lay low, if he don't do content, if he just go as a regular citizen and mind his own goddamn business, yeah, he can go back to Brazil. But here's where the problem is. He can't go back to Brazil because his money is dependent on all these incels and these goofy dudes who can't see I can't leave these American women alone, but I gotta talk about them. I gotta talk about them. I'm sorry. What are we doing? And this is the problem. His money was built on these incels, these dudes who have an issue with American women, who want to stick it to the American women. Look, I'm overseas. I'm with my foreign woman. I'm doing great. You should learn from, as one of the dudes said. The passport bros is telling these American women how they fucking up and how they can get with guys like them. And I'm like, bro, if you in another country, why do you care what these American women doing? Again, if it was me, if I was a passport bro, I would not give two flying fucks what these American women doing. I would not care. I don't want to. No, I don't want to teach them nothing. I don't want to. I wouldn't. I don't want them. I don't want to teach them anything because guess what? If it's not in them, it's fake. That's why I had an issue with Kevin Samuels because you're teaching these women not to be real wives, but to have fake femininity. See, here's the thing about femininity and submission that a lot of these goofs don't understand. It's just the same with these women don't understand about protection, provision. If it's not in them to do that for you without asking, they're not doing it because they want to be with you. They're doing it to keep you. It's not something they truly want to do. And if it's not something you truly want to do, eventually you get tired of it. You get burnt out. it's an obligation, not something willingly. It's just like if a lot of us got jobs that we don't like, we don't care for. You get tired of it. It's stressing you out. He's eating at you. Now you calling in, you're taking sick days. But you're not sick, you're just sick of the place. You even when you come to work, you're there, but you're not there. You're doing haphazard work. You're lazy. You're being complacent. You're not really doing your best. That's the same thing with dating. If you're not dating who you truly want to be with, you're not going to give your best. You're just there. And here's the thing: when you deal with someone, you sleep with someone that you truly don't want to be around, the sex ain't enjoyable. Think about it. There's some women that I slept with, I wasn't really, really into it, but I just wanted to bust that nut. I felt bad afterwards. But the women I truly wanted to sleep with, I truly wanted to be around, oh yeah, good time. Even if I thought that the sex wasn't that as good as it could be, but because I'm with the person, it made it that much better. And that's why I had an issue with Austin Holland saying that stuff, because it's like you dating these women, even having sex with these women, you having a relationship with these women, but you really don't want to be with them women. Thank you, Urban. How you doing, Urban Review Network? How you doing, man? But what all it says is that you're really not happy, and you ain't happy. You can't give your all into a relationship. You can't go to a country and you're not happy. You just there. You be stressed out, like they said that the energy's not there. Yeah, the energy's not there because he ain't happy. He want to be in Brazil. He don't even like the women around because that's not where he want to be. He want to be over here, but he can't be over there because he's stuck. He can't go back to Brazil, not without the fan base, not without that money. So he gotta produce content. But if they see him producing content, they'll know where he is. Unless he do all kinds of secret stuff, and why would you want to do that? Why? And at that point, it becomes a job you don't even like. I mean, if you're gonna make content, it should be stuff that you like to do. But you doing just content because you need to check, the quality of your show go down, and you just all stressed up. Yeah, it's no different than like people getting roles that, and they want to expand their role, but Hollywood keeps putting them in that particular type of role. You're gonna get burned out. You're gonna get whittled down to the point where now you just ain't happy being around nobody, and that's a terrible place to be. That's why I don't accept cash apps, super chats, and if I would to do that, it would be given to a donation to a particular cause or something like that. Because I don't want to be hemmed down with having to do a certain content. Because my opinion on things can be different from other people. It can be. Not everybody agree with me. Men and women don't agree with some of the things I say. And I don't have no problem being challenged. And I don't have no problem being wrong and being able to be, you know what, I was wrong about that. Let me change my view on that. But when you're in a situation where your money is dependent on you having a certain viewpoint, you get stuck. Now you saying things that you really don't want to say. You doing things that you really don't want to do, like going on dates with women that you know you don't want to be around, but you got to do it because the fans expect you to do it. You're doing things but the fans expect you to do it, but you don't really want to do those things. That's a problem. And what you're doing is misleading these people because, like they were saying on the panel, they living vicariously through Austin. And now they see that, well, he really wasn't really about what he talking about. Now they lost. Now, to be fair, that these dudes are weirdos too. You shouldn't be living vicarious through any guy or any girl. But you got people that do. So if you want to do your fans a favor, date who you want to date. Be with the people you want to be. Be in the places that you really want to be in. Like you see me, if people seen my video on the Adult Expo, I wanted to be there. I took pictures. I wanted to be there. When I talked about it, I talked about it not in some depressed things, but just happy. I was happy to be there. That's if anybody want to do a travel channel or something like that, do stuff you really want to do, and that will inspire people to say, you know what, I want to do what they doing. And then you can tell them, hey, this is what I had to do to get to this spot. This is what I had to do to get to the woman that I wanted to be with. And so they know what the real deal is. And they know what they really have to do to get to that spot. All this other stuff, you dating women that you don't want to date, that's just failing your fan base. And you're giving them a false sense of what they really should be doing instead of being real. Hey, this is the struggles I had to do to get to the woman I wanted, but I finally got it. That's a more compelling story than I'm just dating this woman and this woman and this woman, and you not happy, and people could tell you're not happy, and now you coming out like crying about it. Well, they weren't up to my standard anyway, and so it didn't work out. But no, but you picked them, and since you picked them, well, hey, that's a personal problem. But again, there was so many defenses for it. I think uh what else we were talking about on that panel. Oh, the putting these women on the pedestal. And I was seeing BA was trying to make what is wrong with put women on the pedestal? I don't see the problem. I'm like, you don't see the problem with putting a women above on a pedestal? What are we doing here? That's weak. And like I gave the example, it's okay if you're talking about that these women treat me better. That's not a problem with me. Like that Stephanie, when they did the video, why they were so angry. One of the videos they brought was Floyd, and that's the guy name. I couldn't remember that guy's name. Floyd was saying that these women treat me better. Not that these women were better than these American women. He eventually got to that point, but he's saying that these women treat me better. And I have no problem with someone saying that these women treat me better. Hey, Tampa, what's up, man? I don't have a problem with a dude saying these women treat me better because he's saying it's from my experience. He's not dissing these other women. He's saying from my experience, these women treat me better than those women. He's not dissing those women. He's just saying these women treated me better. That's personal. But when you say these women are better than those women, you're putting them on a pedestal. You're making them more important than the other group of women. And to me, that's weak. I don't like it when they do it for white women, Asian women. As a black man, that is weak. You should be indifferent to the point where I don't care what race she is. I don't I don't care what race she is. It's a woman. And if she treating me good, I'm Gucci. If she not, she gotta go. None are better more than the other because let's face it, there are some nuances to each different women, each different race because of different cultures. But women are at the end of the day women. If they rock with you, they're gonna rock with you. And they're gonna and they're gonna do what they want for you. They're gonna give you the submission. They're gonna cook and clean if that's what they want to do, if that's what you want, they're gonna do that willingly. But if they don't rock with you, they ain't gonna do it. Or if they gonna do it, they have an agenda. And that's why I was saying I had an issue with the dudes doing that. Because they rock with you, they rock with you. They don't, they don't. And that's all women. And again, they don't put up the whole thing how these women are robbing them, drugging them, scamming on them, making them pay for not only the women but the whole family. And then when they get here or when they get enough of the money, they dip. They're literally keeping the children from them. If they have children with these women, they're keeping the children from them. There's so much stuff that these foreign women are doing, and even just that, some of these women are not traditional at all. Some of them are baby mamas. They quote unquote 304s, but these dudes will date them. But long as they ain't American, that's what you're putting out there. So it just that's what I was trying to explain. I'm like, it's a bad look. And you were talking about, well, we want to teach the American women something. Why? And I'm like, why? Why you want to teach these women anything? You don't want to be with these American women. So why you want to teach them anything? They still gonna be American women regardless. Where you teach these American women to be like these foreign women, they still gonna be American women. So what you really teaching them? So you're gonna teach them to be around you when you know you don't want to be around them. So you pulling another Austin Harmon. You're gonna be around women that you know you don't want to be around. Teach them to be what you want them to be, but you don't want to be around them anyway. And quite frankly, a lot of those women don't want to be around you. What are we doing? It's like, listen, if you don't want to be with American women, don't. But that don't mean you need to be in the effort of teaching them. Teaching them what? I would not. I don't care what they learn. I'm not with them no more. I'm not interested. So as far as my concern, hey, they want to stay at the bottom. Let them. I'm doing me, and I'm good. That's what the passport bros should be doing. That's what Austin should have been doing from the jump, but he didn't because these dudes need to get their revenge, and Austin need to get paid, and he had the revenge thing too, and that's why these guys get clowned. That's why they get embarrassed. That's why these women, you got foreign women are speaking against them because they even see it. Now, I would agree that all dysfunctions is put on Jump Street, and that's by design. But still, they still, as black men, we still are participating in that foolishness. Certain black men. Let me let me correct it, because I seen some white dudes doing it too. But I was gonna put on Jump Street because one, we don't control the media. Even YouTube is not ours. So our stuff is going to get promoted more. And our women in particular, well, I'm saying this in the context of this conversation. All women are going to see it more because they are men. I mean, they're men, quote unquote. So it just gonna sting more. So at the end of the day, it's like, man, it looks bad to be promoting, putting these women on a pedestal. You look weak. At it shows you still care, no matter what. You care about these American women when you should be just indifferent. Who cares what they say? Who cares what they think? You shouldn't even care if they learn. What's the point? Why you care they learn? You're not gonna be with them. If I know if I was a passport bro, I wouldn't care if they learn to be, look. Hey, as long as you stay over there, I'm over here. I'm good. I'm over here with whatever country I am. I said in another last live stream, I wouldn't care if America went to hell. I'm over here. Who cares? But these passport bros can't do it. Even Austin can't do it for the biggest reason. They can't do indifference. And I'm gonna keep saying it. Most people cannot do indifference. They have to care. That's why they keep talking. That's why they keep crying. That's why they keep. We trying to teach them. Teach them what? You care too much. Stop caring. And if you can't stop caring, your move goes nowhere. It's gonna hit to that point because that point right here, the point is the logical conclusion in all this complaining and all this whining is indifference, and most people cannot do indifference. They just can't. That's why the passport bro movement gets to a certain point to where then it just seems like a clown show because you can't do indifference. These guys can't do it. Austin couldn't do it. And we see time and time again, he still can't. He's still worrying about these American women. He's still worried. And he can't get to the women he wants. That's a shame. Because there are a lot of people that look to him. But he can't get to where he wants. And it's apparent. He wants to go back to Brazil. He wants to get those type of women, but he can't. Because he still got his money comes from the very people he want to disassociate with. These incels, these other passport bros. That's a tragedy. But that's a tragedy of YouTube as a whole. So, what can you do? But again, like I said, great panel by Tam. It was very good, very insightful. A lot of drama filled. What was her name? Hazel Green. I mean, she made some very emotional arguments, and it just show you, like, again, nobody likes people who down their own people. Criticism is fine, but when you're just dogging out your people, people don't respect that. And you always got to look at the person who will let you down your own people harshly. They need they feel the same way about you as you do about your people. Understand that. If anybody lets you down your people in their face and they don't say nothing to you, they feel the same way about you as you do about them. Keep that in mind. But anyway, thank you for Urban Review Network for coming through. Thank you, my brother Tampa Supreme. Check out Tampa Supreme channel. And check out Urban Review Network channel. Um, and with that, black men, be powerful or be powerless. The choice is yours. Indifferent rules. Indifference rules. And I'm out.